future editing me here to tell you that it's been a week and I somehow managed to film reading updates but got absolutely no B-roll whatsoever. None. Not 1 second of it. So if you continue watching, bless you, because it's just 15 minutes of me talking, and that is it. Today is Friday, the 16th, and this video that you're watching right now is scheduled to go up on Sunday, the 18th. And tomorrow, Saturday, Jessica is having her family Christmas party, and she has some family coming in tonight, and the rest will come in tomorrow. And so I basically just have no time to do it. And the video that's going up today, for me today, 2 days ago for you, that bookbinding video took me a lot longer to edit than I anticipated, and I just ran out of time and I had nothing. But there's at least going to be a video because that is what was promised. It may not be very entertaining, but it is there. And for all of you, any of you who post weekly vlogs or just multiple videos in a week, every week, my hat is off to you because this is difficult. Anyway, here it is. Have fun. I do not blame you if you don't watch it all the way to the end, but I will try my best to be better for the last one. Hello friends, and welcome to week 3 of VLOGMAS with Friends. This week we are reading Serena's pick, which is Belladonna by Adalyn. Oh, I am very, very excited for this one. I didn't even know it existed until Serena picked it, and I didn't read what it was about when I bought it. I just bought it, and I was just looking over it to make this introduction, and so I read the back of it, and oh my, I am so excited. I was going to read you what it said on the back, but I even took off the dust cover so that I can have it and show you, but I just dropped it. So how about I insert a clip reading it right now. Signa opened her eyes, and death was there before her, watching, waiting. His presence was intoxicating and familiar, and it took Signa by surprise, as it always did. Writhing shadows cast into the vague shape of a human, so dark and void of light that it was painful to look at him. And yet looking at him was all Signa could do, all she could ever do. She was drawn to him like a moth to a flame, and so, it seemed, was he to her. Does that not sound absolutely amazing? I am so excited for this. This sounds like something I'm going to absolutely love. I believe this one is a YA as well, but I'm hoping since it's a much darker YA and it seems more high fantasy YA than this Poison Heart was, that it's going to actually work for me. So I have high hopes for this one, and I'm very excited about it. Thank you, Serena, for picking it out. This week's fun little Christmas activity was supposed to be a laser show, a Christmas laser show, which I did go to last night, and I was going to include it in all of that. But, number one, it was like incredibly cheesy. But number two, even me watching it in person, I was getting a little nauseated. It was very flickery and jumpy, and I had to keep not looking at it. I had to like look away a few times. So I didn't think it would be wise to include actual clips of the laser show. So I'm not sure what else we're going to be going on in this vlog because that was my activity. But you never know. We have the week to go. I'll try and find something else to share it with. But if nothing else, we are hopeful for a very, very good reading experience. Alright, so I was just filming this update and it said that my memory card was full, so I stopped and I went to go delete some things. And I deleted things that I had just filmed this morning that I needed for this week's video, like the week that I'm filming, not the week that you're watching this one. So now I have to start all over with that again. Yay. Anyway, I have reached the halfway or almost halfway point in Belladonna, and I think I'm really liking it. It is a YA, but it's not a very young YA. There's only been a few moments here and there that it'll be like, oh yeah, this is a YA. But for the most part, it's not too YA. Okay. And I really am intrigued by, like, I want to know more about her abilities and her connection to and relationship with death. That part is the most interesting part about this whole book for me, though it's not really the focus. I mean, it's there all the time, obviously, but it's kind of turned more into a murder mystery right now, which is not uninteresting, but not the part that wants me to read this book. You know what I mean? I think maybe at least the second book in this series, maybe you'll dive more into that unless it happens in this book later on, because it's the second book in this series is called Foxglove, which is the name of her family estate that she's supposed to inherit when she turns 20. So I'm assuming maybe we'll learn more about her history and her family in that book. But for this one, it's, like I said, more of a murder mystery right now, though it is introducing her connection with death, which is what I am most interested in. There is, of course, because it's a YA romance, a kind of a love triangle thing. Obviously, you can tell that Death is quite infatuated with her. I don't know if I would call it love or just interest or intrigue. I don't know, but he's definitely has something for her, and you can tell that she will have something for Death later on, but right now she's like in that I hate you stage, which you know is going to develop into something else. But then there's also sort of one of the workers, the stable boy in this new family manor that she's living in, that has starting to develop an interest as well. So there's probably going to be some kind of love triangle situation. So I don't think I fully explained what this book was about, because all I did was read the little excerpt from the back, which is actually in like a line. I was about to say a lyric, which is actually a quote within the book, more like towards the beginning of the book, which is what got me interested in this book and why I wanted to read it. So Signa has always had the ability to see death when death was near. When she was a baby, like still breastfeeding baby, her parents, who were extremely wealthy people, were throwing a party, and everybody was there and they were drinking, and the entire party, the wine was poisoned with belladonna, nightshade, and everybody in that party died from poisoning, her parents included. And Signa herself was also poisoned through her mother's poisoned breast milk, and she was feeling the effects of it, but she couldn't die from it. So death came, he took everyone at the party at their moment of death, and he tried to take Signa, but he couldn't. And for whatever reason, but Death has no idea why, he is just as curious about this interaction as she is, or their connection as she is. But for whatever reason, Signa can't die, right? Death can't take her. I don't know if that means she's completely immortal, or like she won't ever die, even of old age. We have no idea. But she poisons herself all the time to get like in between the living and the dead, which is when she can see death and talk to him. But she's also, you know, fallen downstairs and broken her neck and still could not die. So I don't know how immortal she is. I don't think she knows how immortal she is. I don't even think Death knows how immortal she is. So I'm very, again, very intrigued by all of that. That is what I want to know about. So she was orphaned as a baby as a result of, I assume, murder. Somebody poisoned the entire party of her parents. And since then had been passed from guardian to guardian until she reaches the age of 20 when she inherits her family's fortune. But her whole life, every guardian she's ever had has died. Not by her touch, but just whatever reason. They have always died, and that's how she has always seen and talked to death. So she goes through a string of guardians. Either they die or they get rid of her because they know the rumors about her that people near her die. And she has no idea why. She is now 19, almost 20. She's only 6 months away from her freedom, her inheritance, so that she can be on her own and not have to go from guardian to guardian. She learns of a distant cousin, I believe, who themselves are quite wealthy. But her cousin actually died, and it was her cousin's husband who is taking her in. And it's that family and that estate where she is now where the murder mystery is happening. It was that her cousin had died supposedly of an illness, and then a month later her daughter has taken the same illness and is also dying right now. And Signa, along with her ability to see and talk to death, can see and talk to ghosts, to spirits that have not moved on. And so the spirit of her dead cousin believes that she was murdered and is trying to get Signa to help her daughter, who is also dying of the same thing. And of course, as it turns out, they're being poisoned by Belladonna. So that's kind of where we're going right now. And of course, there's other family drama as far as business and just your normal who did it sort of things. It'll probably take me a few more days. It's not as quick a read as the other ones I've had during this Vlogmas, but I am, again, I know I keep saying this, but I am really enjoying it. I just wish there was more of the part that I want to know about. Hello. Alright, I did finish Belladonna. This has not been a good reading month. The ending was very unsatisfying. I don't want to say it was predictable because I didn't necessarily know what was going to happen, but when it was revealed, it did kind of feel like maybe I did know, or that I should have known, but not in like a fun whodunit, good twist kind of way. And I did Also, I just want to apologize for the lighting. There might have been 2 days this whole month that we have not had rain. It's pouring down rain all day since I got up. It hasn't stopped. So it's just going to be dark and there's nothing I can do about that. So originally I thought that maybe the second book would give me more of what I wanted, which was the relationship between Death and Signa. But I think it's just going to be another murder mystery with how the first book ended. It ended opening up another murder. And then I did go and read the summary of the second book. It's not out yet. Yeah, it's just another amateur sleuth murder mystery kind of series. So that's very disappointing because I really loved Death. Like, I liked his character a lot. And I really just want to know about their connection. And that's it. What I really wanted out of this book was to have V. Schwab or Madeline Miller or Erin Morgenstern to take those two characters, Signa and Death, and their relationship and their connection, and just go deeper into that. That's what I want. That's all I want out of this series. But I don't think I'm ever going to get that. So another disappointment. Though I think I enjoyed it the most out of all of the VLOGMAS books we've read. So I would still say maybe 4 stars, 3.75 at the lowest. So it was enjoyable, but just, again, was not what I was wanting. So, in any case, I'm going to wrap you up and start on our last book for VLOGMAS. I thank you so much for being here, and I hope that means I see you soon.